Should you put a man? Should you put your man on a pedestal?
Through my recent experiences, I've learned that it's necessary. But hi, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old
Um,
are you?
I'm 27.
All right. So, should you put a man? Should you put your man on a pedestal?
Through my recent experiences, I've learned that it's necessary. But I've been having a hard time, just like some of the women who have called.
You've been
Um,
having a hard time with what?
Cooperating as
Okay.
easily as I should. Um,
I got a question. Why is it so hard for women to cooperate? What is it really about? Is it about ego? Is it about pride? Is it about scared to be um, submissive? What is the real problem about cooperation? Why do you not want to cooperate? What it seems like cooperation feels wrong to women, and I'm not understanding why it feels wrong. It should feel natural. It should feel right. But men want an agreeable woman. It's just point blank. We want an agreeable woman. And it seems like cooperation is so hard. And I'm not saying this is for all women. I'm just saying this is for too many women. I'll put it that way. The cooperative women are the absolute minority. Okay. But that's a question I have on mine. Let's go back in.
and I recognize that, and I'm trying my best to learn how to. So as I roll through like rejection and lessons learned, I wanted to know if you think it's necessary that I should be upfront next time of like, I'm trying to learn this and this is where I'm at in my journey, or should I just let it roll?
Honesty is. You need to be honest. I mean, if what I'm
So,
hearing you say is you're having a hard time cooperating in a relationship.
yeah.
Give me an example of what.
So an example is me pursuing like grad school, and the last person expressed to me that they really weren't into me going to grad school because they were more interested in like having a wife, a stay at home partner, and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, and that didn't really align with what I want right now.
Turn your volume
Um,
down a little bit. We're getting feedback.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback, and she got a light above her that's glaring out her face. She needs better lighting wherever she is. He got good lighting, but for whatever reason, her lighting is right above her head, is shining on the camera. It's a little annoying, but we'll work with it. Let's go in.
How long have you guys been seeing one another?
Not long at all, like less than a month. It came up in casual conversation.
Then that means nothing. If a person you've been seeing for less than for a month doesn't want you to go to grad school, you don't have to change your life for that.
No,
Um, when was the last relationship you've had?
that was in 2017,
And how long did that last?
like a year.
Okay, and what about the one before that?
2 years.
And when did it end?
It ended in like 2016, and then I
Okay.
moved to a different state, and then I lived overseas for like 2 years, and now I'm back, and I just like landed in a different state that I plan on settling in.
Were your mother and father married?
Yeah, they're still married.
Do you have any siblings?
I have one half brother.
So you,
They're still married, but you got a half brother. Um, that's a little curious, unless the father or the mother had a baby before they had her. So maybe she is an only child, and if she's an only child, that could explain a lot. She probably got a lot of pressure on her from her family to get her degree and take care of yourself and this, that, and the third. She probably got the whole rundown of an independent woman. So that's probably why she can't cooperate. But let's go back in.
going to grad school for what?
I want to go to grad school for like applied mathematics.
And what do you want to do with that?
I want to work with data and environmental science.
All right. And do you want to be married?
I do. I do want to be married and I want kids. And I even told myself, well, perhaps I could do like a part-time online program over the next couple years that can extend like 4 or 5 years while staying at home. But I guess my main question to you is next time I date someone, like how should I express that I'm learning these things, and have been more so focused on like career and school.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to learn, but like I
Have
need
you ever
some.
sat down and had any interpersonal therapy?
Yeah, I'm in therapy now.
And how long have you been in therapy?
I've been in therapy since January.
And has there been any kind of diagnosis?
Yeah, like anxiety.
Are you on any kind of medication for that?
No.
Has there been a recommendation for medication?
Not yet.
One of the bigger problems is just basic social skills. If nobody's perfect, and if you're basically saying, hey, how do I navigate dating by telling somebody I want these things as an outcome, but I'm not perfect yet, but I'm willing to work with you if you're willing to work with me. That's basically what I'm hearing you say. Is that?
Yeah.
All right. Say that.
Okay.
Say that in a nutshell. But then here's the thing. You got to be willing to extend that same amount of grace, mercy, understanding in a man as well, because everybody out here not everybody, many people out here seem to have that thing. But have that conversation up front. But here's a caveat. You really still only need to deal with men who want the things you want. That's the bigger issue. Dealing with men who want what you want. If you know you want to be married, then only date men who want to marry. If you know you want children, only date men who want children. Because many women, you decide to get involved with a man based upon attraction and chemistry, and they don't want the outcomes you want. So all the work, all the deposits you're putting in are useless. When you go to take out, you feel like you're getting a bad deal. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling somebody that you're in process. It probably will actually give you something to talk about other than when the first time y'all gonna have sex. When most people are thinking, when men first meet you guys, we're thinking, how long we gotta do this before we have sex? That's what we're thinking. What do I need to say? How witty do I have to be? What's the combination to your vagina? That's what we're thinking. We really don't hear y'all until after we have sex. That's when the relationships.
That's actually a harsh truth about men. How long we got to do this until we get to the real deal? Because that has to be on point before we even decide that we want to how far this can go. Like if it's whacked, then you definitely ain't gonna be wifey. And if it's average, I don't know, depending on some other stuff that you do, we'll see if it's relationship worthy. But you gotta crack a code, so to speak, to be a wife. But he's right about the male mind is like how long we got to do this, because I'm trying to run through as many wifey tests as possible, and a lot of times sex is number one on that wifey list. How is that going to be? Because I want to know if I'm wasting my time. It's almost like knowing how much a man makes, right? It's the equivalent for women is knowing how much her man makes. Like, okay, I need to know what you do and how, how much you make and your lifestyle. I need to know that so I know if I'm wasting time or not. Same equivalency with women. But let's go in.
Starts in our mind. Like it or not. That's how we're programmed.
Okay.
So you, as a woman, knowing that, only deal with men who want what you want, so you don't run up your body count with men who don't want what you want. Make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Right. Ladies, understand something. Let me say that again for the cheap seats. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care how fine you are. We don't really hear you until we have sex, because it's not real to us until then. Because so many women play so many games with guys. That's what dating is for. Dating equals sex. And this is what a lot of women are trying to do. You're trying to get maximum investment from a man up front, when men are programmed to give as little as possible up front until you invest something. That's what this is about. Women want men to put them on a pedestal. Men want reciprocity. It's a balancing act. I know a lot of women aren't going to like that, but I didn't say anything that's revolutionary. Let's turn on the comments.
Yeah, that is true. Women are going to, play game. Look, here's the thing. Men have to come out a lot of, they have to show and prove a lot of stuff from the gate. Let's be real. A man has to show and prove that he has money. He has to show and prove that he's responsible. He has to show and prove that he's attractive. He has to show and prove that he has options. He has sort of high value stuff here. And he has to show and he has to take you out on dates, and he has to constantly pay for these dates, and he has to show and prove that he could be romantic and court you. A man has to show and prove a lot of stuff. So for men, it's like, okay, this ain't real until we get down to what I'm looking for. Or some of my tests. You've seen some of my. It's almost like, look, pushing your chips in the middle of the table. You seen what I got. This is what I got. Now what do you got? You got to show and prove. Okay, we at the poker table, whatever. These are my cards. What are yours? That's the mentality of men when it comes to dating women. It's, look, you seen me. I've shown and proved as much as I'm getting to the cusp of being disinterested, because you're not showing and proving anything to me. So we need to make this whole transaction. You need to lay down your cards. Otherwise, I'm gonna start feeling like I'm wasting my time. It's just how the male mind works. All that being said, I'm gonna give her a ranking. Check it out.